कैमरा मस्त है। और बात ही है थोड़ा स्लो है मेरा फोटो है फोटो का वीडियो और अब इस तरफ भी देखते हैं ना यहाँ पे भी सर ना ये अभी हमारे लिए ना हाँ ठीक है ओके हेलो थोड़ा सिटिंग
ये दर्द जैसा ना थोड़ा बाबा का दादी कमी किया था
सर
माझा पेक्षा लहान
is a sportsman at heart, an actor by art, a humanitarian by virtue, and a businessman by default. Let me tell you that he has been in the restaurant business much before he became an actor, and in his own words, he calls this a homecoming. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you the very dashing and the incredible, none other than the man himself. Please make some noise for Mr. Sunil Shetty. Very good evening, sir.
Thank you. I'm on fire. I think Vayu's on fire. Congratulations and thank you all for being here, and an absolute honor. I genuinely feel it's a homecoming because it resolves a lot of problems, and they always say where there's a problem and if you can get a solution to that problem, that's when you're going to be super successful. So predicting that we are going to be super successful, I'd like to congratulate Anirudh and Mandar, and of course the entire team of Ahar, Sukesh, all of you, and the other associations that are here. Thank you so very much for being here. And this is the much needed support the restaurant industry has been looking for, and like they say, the aggregators making more money probably than the owners ever did. I come from a small Udupi background, and I know how difficult it was for Dad to manage that through his life. What we took home was just basics. And जैसे कहते थे ना, दूध खाना पीना वो सब सप्लाई हो जाता था घर में, और हम खा पी के खुश रहते थे. So I think this is one major step that will help all these smaller establishments and individual restaurants to grow. So congrats. And I think there's an AV that's coming, and yeah, so.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, it is time for the AV. Let's take a look at the AV. Can we please have the lights dim? along with the co-founders, Mr. Mandar and Mr. Anirudh, to join us back on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to put your hands together as we have them right here on stage? Truly, before we do anything else, may I request all of you three gentlemen to please step forward for a group picture. Mr. Shetty, would you like to say something about the entire experience that we've just had and about the reason that we are here?
I mean, I think the demo says it all and everybody's spoken. But why you? Everybody's saying, why you? Why not somebody else? I guess because I'm also a part, I've been a part of this industry. That's where I grew up. That's where I learned everything that I did in my life. And I honestly believe Vayu is, for me, is like the Udupi restaurants that stand in Mumbai, dependable, hygienic, serving everything at the right prices. So I think Vayu is that app that'll bridge solve the problem that restaurants are facing with aggregators. While the aggregators have done a commendable job, during the pandemic, there was a problem, and they came up with a solution. Now, when the solution has become a problem, you need another solution, and that's why Vayu, and that's why zero commission. So when somebody is bleeding, if you can stop that bleeding, it'll help a hell of a lot. Which means customers benefit, the restaurateurs benefit, the industry overall benefits. It's a very tough place with all the taxes that are there, the property prices, the prices of the products itself. The restaurant business is a very, very tough business. You need to work 24/7. When the world is partying, they're serving, they're working. And that's where I come from. When somebody tells me today, Sunil, 32 years in the industry, and you're still like a young, you're enthusiastic child, working, never say no to work, because that's my culture. So thank you to Anirudh and Mandar that they gave me an opportunity to be a part of this, because somewhere down the line, I also feel, I'm contributing in my own way through this app, but would probably make a difference to the industry. And so all I can say is thank you. Thank you, Ahar, for supporting here. Unbelievable. Thank you. Thank you to all the associations. I think we all need it. We all need it. We've all realized it. We couldn't fight them. But somewhere down the line, small beginnings only happen. So if Nitinji has said, now we'll go to Nitinji and say, yeah, Nitinji, we've come up with this. Now you support us further, and I'm sure he will. Likewise in the center. I'm very, very sure, because it's for the people, by the people. You can't go wrong. One India, one people.
Fantastic. Thank you for those wonderful insights. I'm sure that every single person here resonates with your thoughts. May I please now also invite Mr. Sukesh Shetty to join all of our gentlemen, and we are going to be having the Q&A. Could we please get the couches up on stage for the Q&A? Can we please get the chairs? Ladies and gentlemen, as we get this prepared, I have to tell you that we are very glad to have Sunil sir here. May I request Mandar and Anirudh to please extend a token of appreciation to Mr. Shetty for joining us here. May I please request you to step forward? Gentlemen, may I request you please step forward as we have the chairs joining us up on stage. While this is happening, ladies and gentlemen, the floor is now open for Q&A. So yes, you can have your hands raised and we shall hand over the mics to you for your questions. May I request all of you gentlemen to please take your seats.
Hi, this is Lokesh Shastri from MTI News. Firstly, congratulations on a great app. it will definitely work wonders for not only the people who are already there in the business, and it will work wonders for the people who are probably wanting to enter, but because of the challenges that they face with the two big players in the market. Uh, so now my question is that since the existing players who are there are already facing some challenges, some losses in their own businesses, you are offering it at 0% commissions. They are charging 20 to 30%. How do you, plan to survive in this competitive market? And how do you plan to give that customer service and the technology and everything without having much cost at 0%?
Thank you. It's a wonderful question. Yes, as you rightly said, the leaders are bleeding, right? That will relate to the model, how it started. It started with burning a lot of cash, creating unnecessary burden onto the restaurants. Now they are in the phase of recovering the burned cash, right? So that is where they're bleeding. And that recovery is happening somewhere in the form of commissions. With the model, what we have, it's pretty sustainable model. Reason being, we're very, again, what you call it as zero cost marketing is the stuff we are doing over here. Restaurant is our brand ambassador, right? Because that's the very source where you can do a lot of branding. It's your existing customer, right? So you're asking your customer to order from some platform and again, asking to shed a lot of money on every order, right? So we're going to take that thing off, right? We have a clear pricing model identified. We have 15 different pricing streams, revenue streams. Again, it's again a sustainable model. As I said, we have one-time setup fee for a restaurant and a monthly operating fee. We are not getting into their transactions, but at the same time, we are helping restaurant to grow the business. So the scale is going to bring us more sustainability, more business, and we have the ambassador in the business, which is the restaurants, which will help us to spend in a very result-driven way and bring in more orders, more customers, build loyalty and repeat orders at a phenomenally low cost to keep the margins quite high. And just to tell you, we are cash flow positive from day zero.
And just to add to that, we have 16 different revenue streams, which will commence after we hit certain numbers. So we'll definitely do a lot of good business. We're good at that. We're good in technology. We're good in technology commercialization. So we'll do it.
Hello. Yeah, hi sir. Anjana here from News Helpline. So first of all, I would like to wish you all the best for this wonderful venture. And my question is regarding, since this is somewhere associated to FMCG, and we have seen one of the biggest problem in FMCG sector, the shelf life in the logistic is the biggest factor which have been problematic for the startups to survive or the business to survive. So how will you tackle that situation? And itself you have said that your commission is 0%. So will you go for the burn in the market, or how will the survival possible?
So to answer your question, if you look at the current aggregator models, they're also charging delivery fees. And thanks to the delivery partners which are there alongside us, Grab, Dunzo, and the strongest delivery partner which the aggregators are not using, restaurants' own delivery fleet, right? So we have created a flexible delivery model where restaurant can opt for the delivery system what they want. So we'll be adding more and more delivery partners, which are strength. And if you look at the delivery market, which is much more mature, even the delivery partners who are operating just as delivery companies are having larger fleet than any aggregators in the business. Just take a case of Amazon is riding on 5 different delivery partners. Earlier, Amazon used to do their own deliveries. So same way, we have strong delivery network, delivery partners, and the restaurant's own delivery fleet coming into play. We add a huge chunk of supply as far as delivery network is concerned. Delivery won't be an issue.
Yeah, I would just like to add, traditionally there was business in place, so there was deliveries happening, there was home deliveries happening, in a very traditional way wherein people used to pick up the phone calls and call up. Still, the online platform may be probably 5 to 7% of the total market traditionally. And so there is a place wherein the business is already happening. You're extending, this becomes an extension of the restaurant itself. So it's the marketing arm. There's no middle person out there. That's all we are eliminating. So business will continue to happen. Like Mandar and Anirudh said, they have their own delivery partners. Each restaurants probably traditionally owned restaurants have anything but between 2 to 15 people as delivery partners. So when they can't suffice that orders, that is when Dunzo and all this come into play. So as this market grows, the maturity of the market grows, this will also come in place as it is. So it is not a very new concept. You're just adopting to the new technology and adopting from one way to another. So it is not educating and then putting so much of that is not there in this case.
Sunil sir, I would like to know from you that what would be your first choice of food if you'll order from Vayu app?
If I order from Vayu app, I have to look for the healthy options. I'm a bad customer for them. But I have to look for healthy options. And when the restaurants are your partners, why worry about anything? That's the most important thing. Everybody talks about cash burn. MSMEs भी है. हमारे बाप दादा भी थे जो रेस्टोरेंट चलाते थे, सक्सेसफुली चलाते थे. बच्चों को एडुकेट किया, उन्होंने सब कुछ किया. आज वो मार्जिन्स बाहर जा रहा है, and that has to stop. And the idea is that. So I think if you have to operate like a bootstrapped company, and when you take your restaurateurs as your partners, the customer base is already there. That's what you're looking for. And when you already have that customer base, they're the ones who are going to go out and say, यार मेरे तो 25% बच गया यार, मेरे लिए तो इतना बच गया. Restaurants will start offering their own schemes, to be able to push their food. They can afford to do that now. They can afford to add value to the products that they already have, which will make a huge difference. And in a city like Mumbai, where everybody is working today, be it man, woman, everybody is working. I think the best form of advertising is the customer and the restaurants themselves. Nothing else can get you that kind of reach. And that is this. I think the entire burn factor has been left behind. And the old MSME's form of business is being adapted. And that's why we'll adjust.
अन्ना जी आपके सामने सोहेल भाई रुको जा अन्ना जी आपके सामने जब डिनर टेबल पर होते हैं आप फैमिली के साथ तब वहाँ भी कुछ फूड में हेरा फेरी करते हैं आप लाइक आतिया यू राहुल
ऑफ कोर्स इसलिए वायुस के साथ जुड़ा हूँ क्योंकि बहुत बड़ी हेरा फेरी होने वाली है जो बाकी के पार्टनर्स हो अब सोचने वाले कि ये तो इतनी बड़ी हेरा फेरी हुई. और याद रखिए जब मेरे से हेरा फेरी जुड़ता है तो एक पॉजिटिव वे में ही जुड़ा है. हमने एंटरटेन किया हमारे पहली फिल्म में भी. मैं बाकी कोई हेरा फेरी करता नहीं और बाकी हेरा फेरी से जुड़ता नहीं. तो ये हेरा फेरी ज़रूर होगी. जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि लोग आए प्रॉब्लम के लिए एक सोल्यूशन दिए फिर वही प्रॉब्लम बने तो फिर हेरा फेरी तो करनी पड़ेगी ना.
Hi, this is Sohail here. A big congratulations to all the dignitaries and the entire team of Vayu. मेरा सवाल है कि कभी भी कोई किसी भी तरह का कोई रेवोल्यूशन आता है जैसे कि लाइक वी हैव दीज एप्स तो होटल बिजनेस जहाँ पर लाइक माय क्वेश्चन इज टू सुनील सर आपने देखा है कि आपके फादर ग्रैंडफादर जिन्होंने ये बिजनेस कैरी किया या ऑल दोज पीपल दोज वर इन द होटल बिजनेस इन फैक्ट इट इज़ अ टफ जॉब राइट फ्रॉम लाइक आपको सब खरीदी करना रात को भी आप काम करते सुबह जल्दी उठ जाना एंड प्रिपरेशन इट्स अ वेरी टफ थिंग लाइक तो जहाँ पर ये जब ऐप आता है डिलीवरी घर पर हो जाती है तो जो लोग होटल्स में आकर पहले जो डिनर लंच वॉट एवर द मील दे यूज्ड टू एंजॉय उस चीज़ में भी एक्चुअली काफ़ी फ़र्क पड़ गया है. आई हैव सीन लाइक देयर आर होटल्स विच हैव क्लोज्ड ऑल्सो द अदर पार्ट लाइक इफ़ यू आर दिस साइड द अदर साइड इज़ ऑल्सो देयर. How you try to consider like Anna आपसे मैं जानना चाहूँगा थोड़ा बहुत.
I think that is not true. If you see the F&B and the travel business has grown multifolds post pandemic. Pandemic के टाइम पे ज़रूर तकलीफ हुई होगी और क्योंकि deep pockets होते नहीं हैं और brands ने individual brands चलते हैं families businesses चलाती है बाप बेटे बच्चे मिलकर ये चलाते हैं. I see it only increasing. Because experience जो restaurant का है वो अलग ही है. लोग भी चाहते हैं कि यार घर ऑर्डर करके खाने से अच्छा है कि हम बाहर जाके खाएं. वहाँ के एटमॉस्फेयर आप देखिए रेस्टोरेंट्स बदल चुके हैं उनकी इंटीरियर्स बदल चुकी है. और आज अगर F&B एक्सपीरियंस लेंगे आप मुंबई में शायद न्यूयॉर्क और दुबई और ऐसे जगहों से आप इजीली कंपेयर कर सकते हैं. वेयर एज वी आर far cheaper. We are far cheaper than the UK or the US, fine dining or other restaurants. So I don't think this is true. As a matter of fact, at home dining भी increase ही होगा because of apps like these. There could be Vayu, there could be another app that comes. This kind of competition is very, very welcome, where the benefit is, the beneficiaries are the restaurateurs and the customers both. You know?
I've seen the fine dining what you're talking about. We've seen in maybe Andheri area. There are lots of. Har saal mein we see one place coming up, and after 1 or 2.5 years, like you see, there's another name. In fact, I don't know exactly. but-
Somewhere down the
but
line,
lots of from
the
last so many
business plan
years.
may not be right. अगर आप ये सोच रहे हैं कि आप ये बिजनेस में आओगे क्योंकि ये चलता है क्योंकि वो चलता है, ये यहाँ मेहनत बहुत ज़्यादा होती है. आज जो मेरे राइट में बैठे हो दिन भर सुबह 5 बजे चालू करते होंगे रात को 12 बजे तक. मैं आज 100 इंडस्ट्री में अगर टिका हूँ पिछले 30 साल से, इट्स बिकॉज ऑफ माई स्कूलिंग फ्रॉम द हॉस्पिटैलिटी इंडस्ट्री. क्योंकि हमारे लिए कुछ गलत था ही नहीं. मेरे लिए सर्व करना गलत था नहीं, मेरे लिए कस्टमर्स को लिए दरवाज़ा खोलना गलत था ही नहीं. अगर कोई मुझे गाली देकर जाता था, पिताजी हमेशा कहते थे कुछ बोलना मत उसको, क्योंकि हमारी ऑडियंस थी जो कैप्टिव ऑडियंस थी, एक एरिया की थी. बाहर से लोग हमारे लिए वहाँ नहीं आते थे. तो अगर उसने मुझे कुछ कहा और मैं उससे चिढ़ गया तो मेरा एक कस्टमर कम होता था. तो हमने हमेशा कस्टमर एक्वायर करने के लिए सीखा है, हमने झुक के काम करना सीखा हुआ है. आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाट द हॉस्पिटैलिटी इंडस्ट्री टीचेस यू. एंड ओनली इफ यू हैव दैट काइंड ऑफ अ माइंडसेट कि नहीं मैं मेहनत करूँगा और आज टेक्नोलॉजी के द्वारा और भी आगे बढ़ूंगा, यू कैन सर्वाइव. वैसे तो हर बिजनेस में लोग खुलते हैं और बंद होते हैं. फिल्में कितनी बनती हैं, फिल्में कितनी अटकी पड़ी हुई है, लेकिन रिलीज वही होता है जो अच्छे होते हैं. तो आई थिंक इट्स अ पार्ट एंड पार्सल ऑफ एवरी बिजनेस. I believe this is the best period for this industry, and I pray that there are a lot more apps like Vayu that come in, follow this method and say, you know what, revenue streams अलग कर लेंगे, memberships कर लेंगे, लेकिन 30% की margin है, 30% शायद ही margin है, वो ही आप लेकर जा रहे हो, तो आप क्या लोगे? जैसे कि मैंने कहा, हम लोग सर्वाइव होते थे क्योंकि घर से दूध, रेस्टोरेंट से दूध, रेस्टोरेंट से चावल, रेस्टोरेंट से वेजिटेबल्स, रेस्टोरेंट से सब कुछ आता था. तो पिताजी के एक चीज़ पता था कि फैमिली मेरी भूखी नहीं रहेगी, बाकी एजुकेशन के लिए प्रोवाइड करना था जिसके लिए वो मेहनत करते थे. दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव ऑलवेज अप्रिशिएटेड एवरीथिंग इन माय लाइफ.
Right. Hi. Kabir here from Entrepreneur India. First of all, congratulations to the founders for getting our very own Gopi Kishan as the brand ambassador. Now, a question for the co-founders. You know, you're going against the giants in the industry. So was there a time when people would come up to you and say that, you know, you're taking up a very big challenge? And what was that like?
Yes, as you rightly said, it's a very big challenge. But the important difference is here, restaurateurs are from our side, right? So we're not from an outside. The representation is coming from restaurant. So that's the very difference. We're not a third party. We're not an external player. We are an extended arm, sir, as rightly always says that. We are an extended arm to the restaurant. So that plays a very different role that you don't have to spend on acquiring restaurants, right? So we are standing alongside restaurants. So the restaurant acquisition costs go down. So for customers, if you take any restaurant in Mumbai, the ones which are attached to Vayu, these are iconic, right? So forget about restaurant, the dishes are famous. So footfall is tremendous. So we have lot of dots to connect, right? And that too will be connecting at a very low or zero marketing kind of budget, which definitely drives us. And with Sunil sir in place, right? So we got that mileage. If you look at the aggregators, they're bleeding. They are in a place, one of them already have hit quite badly in the share market. Second is on the verge of getting, and nobody is making profit. So again, still in spite of doing that, it's not a sustainable model. And compared to us, we are revenue positive from day zero. With restaurant, our side, ambassador like Sir, Visionary, and even Complete Ahar and other associations, to our side, we will be able to definitely tackle the Herculean task.
Yeah, and just to add to what Anirudh said, since we have the restaurants on our side, we exactly understand the pain points of the industry. And that's where we are capitalizing. So wherever we see a pain point, it's basically a feature in our app, right? So this is how we have related, this is how we have joined the dots. And then with addition of Mr. Sunil Shetty to our team, I mean, it's like addition of another co-founder. I mean, I don't see him as a brand ambassador. He's definitely a brand ambassador, but he's our co-founder. So I remember the day when we met for the first time, sir, and we pitched about Vayu. He was so happy, you know, that someone from the tech background coming and talking about a zero commission model. And then he had so many ideas, you know, which he thought, you know, which can take Vayu to the next level. And that's where we could see that synergy. And that's where we decided, okay, we are at the right place. We have the right, you know, person standing with us will take us to the next level. And of course, we have the entire industry with us. We have Ahar. They have backed us up like anything. I mean, they are with us. You can imagine the presidents are calling us 5 times a day just to check how the status is. I mean, that's the kind of commitment we see, right? Then we have all the presidents of different associations who are here today just on a phone call. They are here because they believe in the concept. And that's where we are heading to. It's going to be a major success that you all can see. You can vouch for it. We'll be coming again and again. We'll be doing pressers in a lot of cities. And there you could, you know, count our mileage.
Hi. Sunil sir, this is Vicky from eTimes. A question for you. With food comes fitness and with fitness comes cricket. So I would like to ask you, how is Rahul after the thigh injury, emotionally and physically, and how much bearing do you think it will have on the WTC final in his absence?
I think India has got a great team, and these things continue to happen. I guess we all have to pray for his speedy recovery. He gets into surgery tomorrow and should be back soon and fighting. He's a sportsman. He plays for the country, so country above everything else. And I think no individual player is bigger than the country. So WTC India has got a phenomenal team, an unbelievable amount of talent sitting on that bench there. So maybe it's that one more opportunity, you know, for another boy to go there and shine. Rahul got the opportunity in the same way. Yeah, I want everybody to pray for his recovery. That's about it.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, there's a question right there.
Hi, Samir here from Movie Talkies. Sunil Anna here. Sir, celebrities, you know, are often blamed for, you know, endorsing brands if something goes wrong. So what are your thoughts, you know, because you are one of those celebrities who hasn't, you know, endorsed any wrong thing yet.